Well, you ride up to Leaf, and he's looking at you.
The man that accuses your men of attacking, we wish to identify to see if he can do so.
He kind of squints, and he says, "What are you talking about?"
I want to see if his story holds water.
Follow our tracks to Meikos. We have meandered, but always in a straight line. We have nothing to hide. I know nothing of this Jaeger. We have seen no Jaegers at all. We have seen a signal fire. The Jaegers went to the signal fire. We have seen none of them.
We'll follow your tracks. I would like him to at least have a chance to see if he can even do such a thing as to identify this supposed attackers.
If a Jute attacked your men, I would know. I tell you with my honor, none of my Jutes attacked your Rangers.
I do not question your honor. That was not my intent. I do believe you. I wish to vet this story.
I have a Jute's honor. I do not fear death.
Will you allow me to inspect the column, verify this story?
Why? If we wish to kill you, we would set upon you.
I understand this.
If we wish to kill your Jaegers, we would cut their heads off and put them on poles.
I understand your ferocity is well earned.
Jutes do not sneak. We wish you dead, we wish your villages burned, your women ravaged. We would. We are here for a different purpose. I give you this on the honor of the Jutes. We are here for a different purpose than this. We have not killed your Jaegers. Will not let you. Will not take my men. Will not look over my men.
I do not seek to do it as an insult, but because I doubt your honor and worth.
Leaf is insulted.
For that I apologize. I seek your cooperation so that I may understand the trust of someone who hails from my homeland.
Let the gods decide.
Also,
He gets off his horse. Takes out his axe.
with me?
Whoever. He's just standing there with his axe out, and a couple of the Jutes kind of perk up and circle, like, what's going to happen next?
Ritual combat. All right, well, I pull out my sword.
Vizio stops you from pulling out your sword and says, "Mine. If anything, a plated champion."
I look around to the knight and my brother.
It would be an honor, brother. I step down off my horse, and I'm ready to draw my sword. Give the word, and I'm your man.
Vilnor rides up. Roll 20-sided.
9.
17.
He rides up and he just kind of looks at you guys and he's like, "What is going on?"
Only for 5 minutes.
We do not draw steel in Karan territory without the leave of the mayor of the palace, do we? I would assume that such a thing would never happen.
You are correct, and we have not done so yet. Seems diplomacy has led us to a ritual combat in order to gain the ability to vet the word of our man. So next we would seek permission from the Lord Man.
I see. Everyone, roll 27.
8, 18.
17.
Something very strange happens, and you are a bit shocked because it just comes out of nowhere. You know how I said you were in a ravine like this? Okay, and you guys took a position over here because it was the perfect ambush? Well, guess what? There is symmetry because there's another side over here, and another group of people has taken up an ambush position, almost as if they knew exactly where you were and what's going on, and you are riddled with arrows. Roll again. Do not roll low.
For goblins.
19.
6.
10.
Roll one more. 2. Roll again.
This
Roll
is story
again.
or combat?
This is combat.
Okay.
12.
10.
You take an arrow, it glances off your armor, but tears your robes, and now people can see you are wearing armor. The whole column is riddled with arrows. You hear this unholy scream. And goblins pour over the ravine. There must be at least 100. The good news is, It wasn't Jute's killing you guys and you guys killing Jute's and then being set upon by the goblins. You're all kind of one united force.
To arms!
Dooms! They come upon you. The only thing is the Jaegers are not in position. You see the arrows mostly went towards them they weren't even looking, and you see Jaegers follow the bowmen or taking out bowmen. That's bad. You turn. The best thing to do, what your training tells you, is to countercharge, but it's like almost straight uphill, and they are coming down, and there's arrows over their heads.
Right.
You see Vilnor, with me! He turns, starts to go up the hill, but his horse is having a hard time even getting traction because it's that steep. But the goblins are coming. His knights try to follow. They hit the horses, but the horses are struggling so much, the goblins are almost at their level, and it's just like this blob of goblins hits the horses, and everything starts to roll down, and this is happening all down the column. You see the Jutes drawing their swords and they're fighting. It is total chaos. You are a little bit back. What do you do?
I mount my horse and I charge in and I start swinging at the goblins at the feet of the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys both go in. Roll 20-sided, roll 20-sided.
I start firing off arrows.
12.
You start firing. You just turn and start firing off arrows. What'd you roll?
18.
Are the goblins on horse or on by foot?
They're all on foot. You come in, you see one, and he actually has the horse's bridle, and you just brain him and go to the next one and swing. You are who you are. You are well trained. Roll 20-sided.
13.
You swing again and you hit him, ah! But then 3 of them jump over your horse's head because of the angle and grab you. This is to see if you can even stay in the saddle. Roll 20-sided.
3.
You go down. The good news is, all of your knights, all of a sudden, you're the focus of attention. But these goblins are going to get 1 stroke each. Roll 20. You get hit. You take 13. What did you roll?
Right now, I rolled a 9.
You fire. You hit one. You don't kill him, but you go like this. 2 more shots. They're actually not even looking at you. Roll again.
19.
Boom. You take out another one. You take out another one. Make sure you cross out the arrows. You have 12. Roll 20-sided.
19. Broadsword in one hand, sweeping low, mace in the other, swinging high for the jumpers.
You do so. You go into battle and you swing. You cut one down. Your horse has the same exact problem as the other horses. The goblins are just jumping like madmen. One is coming right at you. Woof. Roll 20. The blow, your armor absorbs all but 4. 4 go to your back. Let's just say that you have 8 to your back. You are hurt.
Got it. I got a 13.
The goblin, you swing. Boom! You hit the goblin and you think you either knocked him out or killed him. But the thing is, as he comes, he lands like this, and then another goblin goes like this and grabs your sword. Woof, like this. This is to see it. They're light, but let's see what happens. Roll 20.
Okay. And I spur the horse to gallop and to drag the goblins with me. I got a 16.
You turn your horse like this, shoot like that. Luckily, there's now a goblin between you and the other goblins that are charging down. But he doesn't free up, and 2 other goblins jump up in the air, whoa, with axes. They're like little wild, green, crazy creatures. You fought them before. They come down. You try to bring up your shield. Roll 20.
That's a 1.
You get blasted. Roll 1 more time.
I have a combat roll. 6.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. 20.
Yay.
Nice. Thank you.
You jerk your hand out of the way. You clip the first one with your hilt, bam, and then the second one with your pommel.
I let
And they
out a
both
laugh,
just
like,
go down and then swing like this and kill the one that was grabbed onto your arm. And you are free, and there is a respite. Roll 20-sided.
My sort of on the ground, right?
You are on the ground.
It's got 7 arrows left, so I'm setting off another 2 or 3.
Roll 20-sided. Roll
He's
20-sided.
next to Vilnor, so I'm going to be fighting as well.
I got a 9 as I attempt to extract myself.
14.
You managed to come up. What'd you get?
Natural.
I don't like this at all. You charge in where Vilnor is, and as a matter of fact, you save his life because he has stalled out on the elevation and they're coming over, and you are just cleaning. The goblins are focused on him, and you are taking them out. And all of a sudden, you're together, and there's none in front of you, and he looks at you, and he nods, and you know that something has happened. You are fighting them off. There's 3 of them, but your men they have jumped off their horses onto the goblins. Oof! So now you have like your men and the goblins on top of you. Everybody's pinned down, but there's just all of a sudden just warm liquid starts to spurt into your face. And you know these goblins are just being taken out.
Yeah.
And then they're thrown off of you. My lord! And you're pulled up.
I grab my shield. Ready my sword.
You grab your shield and your sword, and your men are now in front of you, and they're like between you and the goblins. The good news is the goblins are fully engaged all up and down this column. Now remember, there was 100 Danes, plus all of you guys. Your Jaegers really suffered at the hands of the bowmen. The goblin bowmen are left, and now they're going from the Jaegers to you guys. Everyone roll 20-sided.
Oof like the egg.
Nope. 7.
6.
7.
No, 1. Sorry, 1.
I don't have.
Can I use a combat? No, that's for somebody else, right? Or is that...
No, combat 20 is boom. That's
Okay,
anybody. But you only get 1 per game, so
that's good enough. I don't want to get pegged. 5. It's better than 1.
that's better than 1. Okay. All of you get hit. Okay. All of you take at least 1 to 3 points to the shoulders, the chest, but it's not a big deal. The only thing is these are goblin arrows, so this may be a big deal later. Their bows are not very powerful, but all of their arrows are poisoned. Okay. There's a minor respite, and then you see everyone charge the goblins, the goblin archers. The Danes are trying to charge up the hill. The goblin archers fire one more time. Everybody roll one more time.
15.
11.
19.
11.
Hey, you see the goblins run. This fight did not go the way they thought it was going to go. This was supposed to be you and the Danes have cleaned each other up, and then they take the remnants. Instead, they faced a united force. You actually outnumbered them from the go. Goblins are not humans. You guys have easily defeated them, and you see Danes are actually running up the hill and chasing them. Some of your men as well. The Jaegers are the ones who really suffered. You did not get hit, but there are downed Jaegers, and there is dead. And you see Vilnor, he turns to you and he said, and he holds up his blade, and you ching.
I ride over to Lothric. Brother, I got 6 of them. How about you?
Less impressive too, perhaps. Before I went down, I sort of like to give him the warrior's grip. You always were a better fighter than me.
When you do that, your men take 2 steps forward so that there's still 3 men in front of you when you do this. And you're actually a little impressed with that. And there's just these bounds of honor go strong within all of these men. It's just you were born to it, and you realize that these people would have died for you.
Did we lose any?
Say, good job, man. Way to give them hell.
Everybody roll 20-sided this to see how we did.
3.
9.
19.
You've lost 3 men. Garuda has taken an arrow, and he hasn't taken it out, which means that it's barbed and it's in him. But he's fine, but that's, especially considering what's on these arrows, that's a very bad thing.
Yeah.
The Jaegers, there was 20. They took 8 guys are dead. The rest are wounded to a varying degree. That's like a holocaust of Jaegers. Right? There was 28 got killed from the bowmen that shot before anybody even knew that they were there. The Danes did not suffer the Danes are very well armored. A lot of their horses are down. Some of them have been killed. A few knights of Meikos, of Karan rather, but that's about it. You have won a great victory over this foul foe, but Vilnor, he has a look on his face, and he turns to Thorn and he says, "Find that Jaeger."
Did we
Roll 20.
Did we see him during the combat?
I say to Lothric, I think we know who attacked the Jaegers now.
We got one.
3. 13.
We must find that master.
You
Yes.
You are there. You are scanning, and you have taken out goblins. And when the bowmen started to run, you stood up and almost emptied your quiver at them as they were running away. You took a toll. And as the battle ends and you don't see them anymore, you see the Danes cresting the hill and running after them. Wow! Just insane. The Danes are going to track them and kill them all. But behind you, you see Jaegers. 3 of them come up to you. They will come.
Okay, where are we going?
And they lead you, and there's 3 of them, and they lead you back to almost where you were before.
Mm-hmm.
And you see all of them, but dark faces.
I just look at him. I say, tie him up. But then I look at you to make sure that was okay.
Vilnor nods at his men like it's okay that you follow their commands. And you are forced to your knees. Somebody kicks in your knee. You fall to your knees and you are tied.
Is he wounded at all? Took any arrows, anything?
His quiver is half empty. He looks like he fought in the battle.
Lord Mayor Vilnor, you requested we return to Karan with you. Would you agree to a small amount of our men following in reverse the tracks of the Jutes to confirm that they did not cross paths with this John Summit? And then we can deal with his treachery.
Roll 20 sided.
Is my cat still with me?
Yes, the cat is with you.
What?
He's not on you, but he's nearby.
Story?
You see.
Oh,
There it is.
My last-
I mean, I'm happy with the one.
No, roll.
Okay, roll again.
You're my brother.
2.
The chance to get rid of me 6.
Better than 1.
Yeah.
You see a wave of rage go over Vilnor, and he turns to you, and he whispers instead of shouts, saving your honor in this moment. And through his clenched teeth, he says, "This was a trap."
Indeed, it works.
Do I hear?
More evidence.
Did I hear them whisper?
You see them, and you can tell that Vilnor is not pleased, but he's keeping his voice low because he's talking to a noble. And it's nothing for anyone common to hear.
Gotcha.
I lean in and whisper to Lothar. Anyone with eyes can see that Jaeger and these goblins serve the same master.
Somebody did.
A Jaeger of Meikos
We've executed 2 of them.
that came south. As my father, Ivor, has said, suspiciously, we've hung 2 of Meikos
Today.
today.
And they're talking louder now.
A little bit, but still you can't make it out, but you can hear the voices rise. There's tension. There is tension. And your men are kind of, it's just unavoidable. Shoulders are turning. Like
People are uncomfortable.
people, I mean, you just fought a battle. Adrenaline is high. And now all of a sudden, this has come up between you 2. And he's on his knees, tied. He has said nothing. He just has that resigned look.
Is the cat still there?
The cat is around.
I would make sure the cat is not around. Perhaps through its eyes the master sees.
Vilnor, get the cat. And the Jaegers turn and the cat just boom is gone.
We'll walk over to the accused. This is your last chance to speak. You are to be executed.
I did my best. I still mourn the loss of Sieg and Torque.
And yet you persist that these honorable men who fought by our side slew your brothers, and the cat that has disappeared was a coincidence. Your reasons for coming south into the lands of Karan unknown.
I mean, I went to bury my partner. I went back for an honorable reason.
Leaf comes forward. This the man who accused the Jutes.
This is the accuser.
I know what to do with him.
Jews. He's only like
He takes out his dagger.
I say the only purpose he'll serve is to spread lies and
You
rumors.
don't want to go with the Jutes.
Yeah.
You are going to die real slow and real painful. You don't want to be a captive of the Jutes. You are kind of like your heart just sinks in your chest. You would rather jump off a cliff and die on the rocks than go with the Jutes.
Yeah.
But he seems reasonable.
Leaf, you wish to fight him as you wanted to fight our champion?
He laughs. If you wish. I will take him alive, though.
I would prefer it be done now.
He puts his dagger away and takes out his axe. And he goes like this, and he steps back.
You have a chance.
I'll take that chance.
Start saying, fight, 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 fight.
The Jaegers, they
Trial of combat.
untie you, and they just kind of look at you like they look at Leaf and they look at you. This is a Jute commander of 100 Jutes. All right, in armor.
And I've got
Okay.
my sword.
I toss my broadsword over to you. I say, good luck, Jaeger.
This is not your fight, but you are brave. And you draw your sword, and you see on his face is just resignation. Everyone, roll 27.
Six.
7.
16.
All of a sudden, there's this whoosh, and all of you are blinded. In this cloud, and you look, and he's still there.
Yes.
And you're wondering why.
What the hell
But-
is that?
You don't know what just happened, but something choked and blinded everyone in like a 30-foot radius.
Was it like dust or snow or something? Just
Bright white light.
It was like choking pollen almost, except it exploded.
and Leaf is still there, and he's still there.
Everybody's still there.
I mean, I turn around and look to make sure that there's nothing unexpected in the ranks.
All of you are just, you have no idea what the hell just happened. Roll 27.
12.
Verdantis maybe. Verdantis magic. Some just cheap getaway spell. This is not powerful magic, but that's definitely what it was.
I reach for as if, it's a getaway spell.
You think that that's what it was, but he did not run.
So somebody else.
He just he choked and breathed, and when the dust appeared, he was still there.
I look around, who's missing?
Roll 27.
15.
In fact, when he starts to look around like who's missing, what's going on, everybody starts to do that. 10 minutes later, you have determined
Lana.
no one is missing. Lana's long.
Yeah.
No one is missing.
No one is missing.
Except the cat.
The cat is missing. Yes.
So are you guys gonna fight or hug?
I
Right.
touch him. Is he still physically there?
He walks over to you and touches you.
Still.
And he kind of recoils. He is still there, and he's just looking at you, resigned. He has the sword in his hand, like he's ready for anything. But you see Leaf. Leaf makes the sign for bad magic, and he backs up. Like, not going there.
I just go, aww.
And Leaf says nothing. When he does that, all of you kind of instinctively know that would be like Leaf would be in his face. He does nothing. He just backs up. And the Jutes have kind of backed up. They're all like, you just sense like barbarian superstition, like bad mojo. Bad mojo. And you are there, and the Jute has backed off. You don't know what the hell just happened. You honestly have no clue. But all of them are just, there's 10 minutes of activity as they look around for anybody who's missing. No one is. Father Ivor steps forward and says, "This is devilry. I have to say, I still think it is him." And he gestures to Dante. And Dante looks befuddled. He honestly, if Dante is behind this, he is the world's greatest actor.
That Dante.
Vilnor waves it off and he says, I am with the Jutes. I don't know what is going on. I almost fear for Lana at this point. I think we should move. We need to go.
I walk over to Zane and I snatch my sword back and bump him in the shoulder as I pass by.
You do. And Vilnor says, he turns to you. He makes a gesture that you don't know what that gesture is, but you see his man Tez come up to him with a skin. And Tez goes like this. And Vilnor puts his hand underneath the stream. You are a man of Meikos.
Understood.
I say,
Do something.
Something will be done.
And Vilnor goes, he just rides off. And his men ride off too. And the Jaegers, they're policing their dead. And they see him ride off. And they kind of look to their dead and look at him. And they must go with him, but they are leaving their dead behind. And
Do we have time to pack up our 3 men and put them on their horses, their bodies, and
you know, you start to do that, and actually the Danes help with all of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they get all the men and they have extra horses now. And you guys set off behind him. Everybody roll 20-sided one more time. Azram, where are you and what part of the world are you in here?
I'm probably gonna try to stay close to him because I'm trying to find out more information on who controls these goblins. 11.
2.
You guys get everything together, and the Danes are streaming back from killing the goblins.
Well, we're all going to the same place.
Yeah.
So I'll stay with Vilnor.
Okay. Vilnor is at the front, and he just looks at you and he says, if you know what's going on, you need time.
I do not know what's going on, but I know that there's something wrong here. There's someone left or someone has changed places with some. The School of Magical Rodentus.
He halts the column. Roll 20-sided.
5.
And you guys catch up with him. Vilnor is grim. His men are around him. The Jutes are there. Everybody's there. Right now he has overwhelming force because he's hired this Jute Kadada and he has his own men. And he sees you and he says, who is left? Dante, Boric, and you. You are all that is left. Bring them forward. And they bring Dante, Boric, and him forward. And he says, I said what I said. I'm a man of honor. But I will tell you this. Not the devilry has happened since we have entered on this quest. Lana is long gone. Her honor is beyond question.
we're here.
All that is left is them. I say, the Father has always said it is him. And he points at Dante, and he goes, I think perhaps fire and iron, and let us find out what is really going on. I have said that I have washed my hands of this one. I honor my agreement that I urge you to stand with me. And then he points at Dante and Boric, and he goes, take them. Boric draws his sword and starts hacking at the people that are coming for him.
Holy shit.
I need one person to roll 20-sided for Boric.
8.
He is whack, whack. He drops back, woof, woof. It's like every time he comes forward with his sword, it's going through somebody's chain or into an eyeball. Like 4 guys are down before you can even blink. Woof, 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 woof. He dives behind a tree and he runs. The only thing is, Jaegers have bows. Toot, 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 toot. He's hit. Oh! And he kind of scampers, and the Jaegers go out after him. They all just kind of surround him. Oh! He's bleeding from the mouth. And Toro goes, take him alive. The Jaegers, tush, tush. They hit him in the legs. Oh! Oh! They kick him down, and they tie him, and they drag him back. Dante did nothing. He looks like a deer caught in headlights. They bring those two forward, and they bring him forward. You were tied up, and you were brought forward. What say you?
My liege, I can vouch for nothing.
I stand with you. We have seen nothing but foul sorcery. And if we cannot determine what the cause is, none of these three will help. What good are they?
Why do you wish to vouch for Dante? Roll 20.
Was on a 1 and a 7, Lincoln. 6.
Father Ivor turns to you, and then to Dante, and then to you again. And then oddly, he says, if he wishes to vouch for Dante, then let it be. But do you vouch for Boric as well?
I do not know Boric very well.
Boric turns to you and says, bastard, all of you from the south, bastards. And they stand Dante up and they release him. And Vilmore says, I wish no problems with the south.
I know where Dante is from. And where he's from, is there anything specific about the landscape that only someone from there would know?
Well, I mean, you could speak to him in Zartogan. You could speak to him in Elvish. I mean, like, there's a lot of things that you could do, you know?
I'll mention
You are both scholars, sages. You probably know poems by heart that you've studied.
I will do that. I'll reference, in Elven I turn to him, and I'll reference some poem, some obscure poem that he should know, or that I know that he would know if it's Dante. Let's see what he says.
Roll 20-sided.
16?
There's an ancient series of poems about a man who is to be executed, but tells stories to a vizier and ends up extending his life and finally being pardoned. And it's very ancient, and it's actually been changed. Now people tell similar stories, but it's a woman. But the older stories are of the man. And you tell of the older man, like couplets of the poem of the older man, and he corrects you. No. And he says the poem, and you realize that he's right. Like, he knows it better.
Okay.
And Vilnor looks at you.
He's... I watch for him.
Bring them forward. They bring you forward and put you on your knees. And Boric on his knees, and Boric looks at you. And he's shot with arrows. You see the point of an arrow coming out of his chest, and there's blood coming out of his mouth. And he just spits. He's just pure mean, pure venom. And Boric says, I'm already dead. Why would I lie? What do I have to gain now? What do I have to gain? I'm his hired man. I'm from the Sea Princes. I've killed 1 million men. Some for gold, some for honor, some because I just didn't care. And Vilnor looks at him and he says, begin on him.
I step forward. I say, my lord, give me the pleasure of dispatching the traitor of Meikos. And I draw my broadsword, ready to strike.
He shakes his head no.
I mean, since day one, Tark was just annoyed at the task at hand to go fetch this daughter, because Tark cared very little for nobility. It was best left alone. He didn't want nobles in his land. Well, least of all, did he want to go on this, scavenger hunt to find this missing girl. So Tark was never enjoyed the quest he was on.
And day one for him was a previous session.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't think he
That's the one guy I felt was like,
he sucked. Poor guy.
Really did.
I remember what it was like to be 14.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of understand the position of those in authority. Like, unless they want to start a war between two nations, it just had to be that way,
Right.
and sacrifices had to be made. They understood that.
yeah.
But people who lower social order, like Tark, he had to step forward to stick up for what he thought was right. And
Right.
but he was a casualty. He was a casualty of politics.
Yeah.
The system, because specifically her, Alana, obviously is behind all of it. So,
Well, in the research.
and they're
Yeah.
together. They're working together. She's a co-conspirator,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting when Tark died, right? That was sad for me as a player because I really liked that character. But when I was playing as Tark, I sided with my Jaeger brethren, right?
Yeah.
And saw his side of things and would have vouched for him. But after he died, he had no one sticking up for him, and so I got to play Athree,
Yes. Right.
and he was out for blood. Just he wanted to fight. He wanted to see these traitors hanged or drawn and quartered.
Yeah.
So it was interesting for me to, as a player, to play both sides of them.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool. I felt really bad for your character, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in between a rock and a
Yeah.
fucking.
I kept trying to think of how. I mean, the only thing I could think of was, as a character, I thought, well, he's really, if we really believe that he's the guy that is like the linchpin of all this, then the only way to even for him to get a little bit of life and to also use his incentive is basically to say, look, if you give it up, and we talk about this, and, we can sort of figure out who the master of this whole thing is, and what's going on, you can slightly redeem yourself, and maybe you can get life imprisonment or a less painful death or something. I don't know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, and that was, I think, where my brain was going, trying to figure out. I thought maybe, could I communicate with Cat?
Right.
Was there a way to summon them back? Or, I thought at the end there, maybe that would be my way out. Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting the dynamic the Jaegers have because they are experts in the field, and you refer to them on, tactics and hunting and things like that, but they falter in politics because that's not really their deal. Their religion doesn't really, at least in the south of Karan, Tark didn't care for gold at all. So he wasn't motivated by any of these politics, and so it's hard for some Jaegers to exist, taking these borders, playing these nobles games, and it's hard for them to see why they're doing it. They would much rather just chill at home and hunt.
Yeah, the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you've got a noble Lord Mayor that's brutal. Just no holds barred, man.
Yeah, and
hang the kid.
when Tark was strung up, about to get hung, he knew there was nothing he could do about it, no matter how honest he might have been.
Right.
It's just that's where he is in the social border.
Yeah, having to watch. Yeah.
And another objective thing too is with Lana. Okay, let's say somehow Zane is like, you know what? Yeah, I was coerced into this, and I'll give you the information. We'll spare my life. We'll give you a better, it's a better option. And then we find out that Lana's involved.
Right.
Well, nothing is going to. They're not going to do anything to Lana.
Right.
There'll be some mission right away to take out the Raven Witch or do whatever. But nothing will happen. She will never pay for the crimes.
Yes.
She'll never.
Yeah.
She's too valuable,
She's
like
wealthy.
she said in her own words.
And she's a political pawn for the merging of two kingdoms, basically.
Right.
And
It's
so
just too valuable for that. So, yeah.
which is probably why she doesn't care. Probably why she's like, fuck off.
Yeah, if you knew that you had absolute immunity from anything that you do, that's that was tough. It was tough to, you have the whole thing go down and almost die, and then be propositioned to come back alive, but then I've got to spy on my brothers. That was very conflicting.
What are you gonna say? No, you want to live, so
Yeah.
And then the other idea is, what are they planning?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yes.
And did she continue with that plan? Obviously we don't know any of this, but what Zane knows, and it could be snuffed out with Zane. So now we're at this thing because of,
You can use me as a double agent.
or if we could find out. The problem is it's all pivoting on this. That's what I think is the cliffhangers, because he gave Volnir gave Lothric basically the ultimate decision of what happens. So now it all hinges on that, right? Because we could find out if Zane decides I'm going to tell him, what's going on, and then we find out more. But then it's like, what's their ultimate plan? And even if the Black Raven Witch is killed, does Lana continue?
Right. Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, she's possessed, or like what's
Yeah.
Is she just a horrible teenage girl?
Yeah, maybe it's her.
Yes.
It's teenage angst, you know. She's like,
Yeah.
And I want to know how Dante fits into this because he is either very cunning and deceiving, or
right,
he's
what's
a
that?
total oblivious oaf.
I'm doing something secret. I can't tell you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Azram knows a little bit about him for a number of reasons. We're both from the same place, but he also believes, or has been told that, I mean, without divulging anything, he believes that Dante, from what he's learned, is also a dipshit. Is also kind of like smart but bumbling. Classic.
Clueless scholar.
Yeah. So he also believes that. So that now it's like, I just vouched for him. I just kind of tried to check it, and it seems like he's legit. Then I was like, I couldn't vouch for Boric because he doesn't know Boric. So how, but then now thinking, the idea is now Azram will be thinking, is Dante playing the long game?
Right. Is he really a good con man?
Yeah. Maybe he's got the rope pulled over on everybody's eyes. Maybe he's, I don't know.
Well, and the thing about like hired muscle is the person who hires them feigns allegiance to gain their trust, but when the chips are down, they're expendable.
Yeah.
Even though Boric was an amazing warrior, he was a tank.
Yeah.
He was really critical in the last encounter. He pretty much saved the entire party, not just because he's so strong. But at the end of the day, even Dante kind of was like, sorry.
Yeah,
done.
If it's for them,
Even Dante didn't really vouch for his own men.
But maybe there's an argument for that. I mean, at the end of the day,
He doesn't have to pay him.
but all the fingers kind of point to Zane. So if we can get Zane to kind of roll over and be like, yeah, I'm a Jaeger and I'm going to tell the truth in the end. Because there's not, I don't think there's anything on the other side of that, meaning that there's no, I didn't give without. So it's like you're fucked either way.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, you kind of screw you up.
And maybe Zane sees a way out of this. Maybe he feels that supernatural protection.
I'm gonna have all kinds of dreams tonight on this.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, as Tark, as the player Tark, I have a little bit of foresight.
Yeah.
Tark didn't know. He was shooting at the goblins, but you could have stopped the attack.
That's what I was thinking when you guys were, it was happening to you guys, I was thinking at some point Zane will be like, whoa, they're with me. And then either jump you guys, but then think about it. He'd be in the situation where either has to bring you in,
He would blow his cover.
Yeah, that was. So I really thought about that when it was all taking place, and I was like, I'm like, it's the conflict of like, now I've created an oath to this person who's clearly evil, but it's also got something to do with Lana, and if I stop everything, go, hey, time out, guys. Like, actually, haha, we're all friends. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
So, it was. I felt very conflicted.
Yeah, I guess everybody's got secrets and shit to try to find. Keep.
I don't like that feeling. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
It makes it hard for you to maneuver or to find the right way. As a player, you can't because you have this.
Yeah. Well, then the other thing is like you're everybody brings their own personal experiences to this playing, and so keeping secrets is like a huge thing that happened in my childhood, and so like it also really made it difficult because of that, like for real. So it was like, I know the stakes aren't the same, but like you still feel it and think about it in the same way, and so
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the secrets that Tark had, which they weren't like earth-shattering, but he had some secrets, some stuff he was working on. He took that to his grave, so we'll never get to see what he was cooking up.
No, man, he took it to the hall of his ancestors.
Yeah, definitely a swarm of goblin. I mean, he died a particularly brutal death, being dismembered in the witch's hand, saying, "Are you hungry?"
Yeah. That was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was gnarly.
There is one thing I wanted to share. I just kept thinking during the last 15 minutes of the game that like the guy that was pointing fingers the most
Me too.
was Ivor.
The entire time I
Yeah.
felt like there's something about him.
But like I was like, how do you diplomatically approach that with a priest.
That's why I
you know,
did the. That's why I did the handbook. Oh my God, there's information. He has information. You have to stop him or something like that.
Right.
And then one of the reasons why he vouches for Dante, I believe, is because you remove Dante, you remove him. There's no one left.
It's a finger.
Who's left? Him.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so Matt, fantastic first time, man. We expect you back. This was an interesting session in that it was very cerebral, almost like courtroom drama-ish.
Yeah.
Not as much hack and slash as there usually is, but I personally like to mix it up and never do the same thing twice. So I like that. So expect that. Expect that. Think different things are going to happen, and maybe there'll be a session with no combat at all, or extra role play or whatever. So this was just, it was different, and expect different every once in a while. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a 30, which is shocking for your first time.
Fate, just add it to the fate.
30 fate, right? And okay, so all of your chips that you purchased and all of your fate, you continue to the next game. So that's the only thing that you have to really keep track of and bring to the next game. All right, I'll keep track of everything else.
Solid.
Okay, Azra. This was between a rock and a hard place character. For all the stuff you did before the game, that's 20 fate. Okay. So that's not your character rating. Your character rating, I'm going to give you a 30 as well, because it was a difficult character to play, but when you did play, it was extraordinary, and I saw the guy, and it just became alive. Tark, you get 2 character ratings. For Tark, I'm going to give you 20 for the stuff that you did before the game. And character rating, I'm going to give you a 50 for several reasons.
Okay.
I thought that you played the character rather than playing the scenario with Tark. I thought that you went, you played him rather than anything in game or outside of game or anything. You just played your character. That's exactly how it's done. 50 is a really good character rating.
Thank you.
I'm also going to give you a 20 for Athene. I saw Athene as a little bit more spastic than you played him, but it's okay. You did a great job on Tark, so I think you're, what are you at, 90 right now for the day?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Zane, I can honestly say I had absolutely no clue what you were going to do from 1 minute to the next. I had no idea. And I loved every second of it. And I was just like, what on earth is this guy going to do? What is he going to do? What is he up to?
Thank you for the torture.
And
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You were just on your own private wavelength this whole game.
Yeah.
And I loved every minute of it. And I was just like, holy cow, what next? What next? And I was just utterly shocked. So I'm going to give you a 50. And I'm also going to give you the key award.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
For my suffering.
And well, also, you did stuff that was not in the party's best interest, and you got players killed. And as a DM, I'm so deeply grateful for all of this. So
Good to know next time.
So the key award is actually 100. So,
Oh, shit.
and yeah, honestly, the more mistrust I can build between all of you guys, I love, because it just ends up being a richer game.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes on Zane.